Hi everyone, welcome to channel Duello and another deck guide video. In this video, our faction is monsters, and as you all know, monsters have a new keyword which is called Sabbath with the release of Price of Power expansion, and they released 4 cards that support that mechanic. And in this video, I'm going to be featuring all of them, and they're obviously pretty strong. They're all powerful and point slam cards. And the natural fit for those cards is obviously Force of Nature. They fit great, into the Thrive curve, and with especially Koshi, you can make lots of points with Force of Nature. But this deck features 0 control options. Not 0, but there's just only one card that interacts with your opponent's board. So this could be kind of a boring deck to play. It feels like you're playing solitaire. So I'm not sure if I want to recommend this. But it is a strong deck, no doubt. It features, most of the greatest monster cards in the game. Oberon, Unseen Elder, Ozrel, and so on. So and if you want to play, those kinds of cards, this deck is for you. So let's talk about the deck. Well, when you see Force of Nature leader ability, you automatically assume that the opponent is playing Koshi, and you're really correct about that, because Koshi really fits great with Force of Nature. Why? Because when you play Koshi, you can play another unit that is stronger than it, Koshi, and you get immediate value from the Thrive ability. So therefore, Force of Nature is a natural choice for Koshi. And Koshi got an indirect buff thanks to a nerf to Andraga Larva. Well, it is kind of strange, isn't it? Well, CD Projekt Red nerfed larvas. I mean, I would call it nerf. I mean, the provision is 6 instead of 5, so that kind of prevents you from playing double larva. Some people play both, but it occupies space, so I'm not sure if you want to play 2 of them. Anyway, and but they buffed the power of larvas to 2, and as you all know, Koshi spawns an Andraga larva when Thrive is triggered, and when you play it with your leader ability or Kuranthier, you'll get a larva, and that larva is not a 1 power anymore, so it's 2 powered. So as you see, this is a buff to Koshi, yes, and it's much stronger right now. So what cards do you want to play with Koshi? Well, the new Sabbath cards seem really strong, especially She Who Knows. This resilience ability is insane, in my opinion. She gives resilience to the highest base power unit on your side of the battlefield, but you should have Sabbath, obviously. So for Sabbath to trigger, one of your rows has to have a total of 25 points, and it's not that difficult to achieve. So if you have that, you will have resilience, and She Who Knows will prefer to have resilience on her, so that you can carry her over to the next round, and even maybe to the final round. And the coin choice is important. If you're playing on blue coin, playing She Who Knows is kinda risky, because she could get locked, killed, damaged, or whatever. So the opponent will try to do whatever it takes to get rid of her, or to reduce her power for a bit. But if you're playing on red coin, she is lethal, because you don't have to play her. If you keep a decent amount of point difference, whenever opponent passes, you just play her, and then it will carry over to the next round, and you start with her immediately with 10 power card. So that's really a strong interaction. And well, obviously she could get answered in the second turn, but still, this is a really strong play. Other than She Who Knows, we have more new cards here, and the new cards have Sabbath keyword and also relict, let's say, interaction. So you kinda tend to build a relic themed deck, or let's say a relic tribal deck. There are not many relic cards in the game, but there are some. And the new cards are all relics and witches. Most of which is Gankane is one of those cards. Increase this unit's base power by 2 for each adjacent relic. So you need to have 2 relics before playing this card. And when you play this, it's gonna play for 9. And that's really crazy for a bronze card, for a 5 provision card. And we have more relics in Ratcatcheress. And Ratcatcheress is kinda risky because whenever she takes damage, it's gonna take an additional damage. Her base power will decrease. But when you have Sabbath, you cancel the ability. So she's just a 9 power card. And when you play additional relic cards, in this unit's base power is also increased. So this card could go up to 11 or something like that, which is really good for an Ozrael target actually. Well, with Ozrael you usually run Ygern, but it is risky to run Ygern in this deck because you don't want to give resilience to Ygern. Why? Because the armor disappears after the round, and Ygern immediately dies, so there's no point in adding Ygern to this deck. So Ozrael will not find great amounts of value here, so replacing Ozrael could be an option. Still, Ozrael is pretty a good finisher. So let's keep going, and we have another new card called Witch Apprentice. And this card needs nerf, in my opinion. For only 4 provision, this card's power could go up to 12, 14, and the sky is the limit for this card. When you have Sabbath, this card turns into a beast. It's actually stronger than beast, you know, it will keep growing, there is no stopping. Boost Sabbath by 2, as long as you have Sabbath, and you know, there are a lot of cards to get that Sabbath easily. So this should be at least 5 provision. I mean, this is not a well-designed card in my opinion. Well, the art is cool though. Anyway, so that's another relic, and the Cron Trio got buffed as well, and it is kind of surprising because they got buffed already, maybe 5 or 6 months ago, and this is the second buff, and their power has been increased to 6. And that is a huge buff. You know, you always play them as a package, so 3 point buff to these cards. That's huge. And they're relics, and they really go well with the other cards. So they became an automatic inclusion as long as you play these cards. I mean, I'm not really sure. I mean, you have to play relics, by the way, because you know they're pretty good. You know, especially when you play Wispus as the last Cron. You deal 6 damage, which is insane. And Bruce got fixed as well. I mean, you don't have to consume right away. Right now her ability is Zeal Order, so you don't create a tall unit for no reason. You can always control her consuming, or control her hunger. And as you see, they are really great value cards. So what do you add to these cards? Well, in order to increase some consistency and to reach most of your gold cards, we have Naglfar. In addition to that, we have Oberon. Oberon is phenomenal along with Koshi, because you know when you play him, he double triggers most of the time all the Thrive units, so that's really good. And we have Karanthir, obviously, to play with Koshi. And you're not guaranteed to draw him, but you usually draw him alongside Koshi. And Unseen Elder is an odd choice here, because I mean this guy has no synergy with any of the cards here, but this is just a great card, especially when you're playing Devotion, and which we are. I mean, it starts giving bleeding to the enemy units, random bleeding, and it triggers at the end of your turn. You know, before waiting for the end of opponent's turn. That is huge, and that's why you just play it for sheer value. We don't care if we have bleeding synergy or vampire synergy. You just play this card. Still, maybe you can find a better 12 provision card like old spear tip just for the thrive, or maybe to increase Ozrel value. That's an option. But still, I mean, I said there are no control option, but Unseen Elder kind of interacts with the opponent's boards, even though you don't have any control over it. And what about the rest? Well, those are our gold cards. I talked about all of them. And I have 2 Wild Hunt Riders. You usually have dominance, so it's not difficult to get the thinning out. We have a single Ghoul. Ghoul interacts great, already interacts great with Arnael Conqueror, and by the way, Ghoul got a buff. So it used to be 6 provision, 2 power, and right now it's 5 provision, 1 power. And you can always consume Arnael Conquerors, but we have a better target right now, which is Gun Cane. So Gun Cane could play for 9, and when you consume it with Ghoul, you play for 10, which is huge. But you need to be careful about the row selections. In this deck, you usually play your units on the melee row because of Ghoul and because of your Magic Lamp stratagem. And that could be a problem when you're playing against Gezras or something like that. So for your second round, I would advise you to play your units on the range row if possible. And you know, row stacking is important because of the Sabbath value and Witch Apprentice. That's why, I mean, you're vulnerable to Yrden. But I mean, some of the units' power, base power increases, so only the Thrive units are, let's say, vulnerable to Yrden. And you know, to increase the Thrive curve, we have a single Noon Wraith, and also, you know, 6 power helps with the Sabbath. And I have 2 Bruxas and 1 Neckers. And a criticism for this deck is I only have 4 Thrive units. So if you can't draw any of them, you know, you just play the units with their base value. You don't get any benefit from them. So that is a problem. So maybe you can replace Noon Wraith with another Thrive unit. But at the same time, you kind of need Noon Wraith 6 power. And also Ghoul. Worst case scenario, can consume it from the grave. I really like all of the interactions in this deck. There's good synergy, and well, the only problem is you don't interact with the opponent's boards, as I told you in the beginning of the video. Anyway, so that's all I've got, and I'm gonna display 3 sample games, and I hope you like them, and see you at the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Let's get started. Okay, I'm facing Symbiosis. Well, this deck has plenty of engines as well, but it is they're usually playing Devotion, but I'm seeing non-Devotion samples lately. Okay, so other than Bruxa, I don't have a Thrive engine. Well, Witch Apprentices are amazing. I'm on blue coin. Okay, so I think I should get rid of Ozrel. That's pretty good. And I think can I get away with 1 Witch Apprentice? Let's keep this. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my dominance guys, the Wild Hunt Riders. In this deck, it's best to stack on melee row. Since I mean, I'm on blue coin, you know, it starts with Magic Lamp on melee row. Okay, so there's really nothing I can do about any of the threats. My deck is pretty much a solitaire deck. Okay, so right now I have 16, even though I didn't click on the lamp. Here comes Zunka. This is probably a Devotion. Tampering. Well, they got dominance, but other than these guys, I don't have any dominance related cards here. So Unseen Elder is pretty bad against Veil. I wasn't planning to use that anyway. What I can do is, I can just slam She Who Knows, but they're playing Lock. So that is kind of a problem. So I think I'll go Ruiz here. Then click on this too, so it's 23 right now. So if the opponent does not touch any of my creatures, I can play Witch Apprentice next and reach Sabbath. And then after that I can play Guncan, between those two relics. Whisper of Dolblath. Now this is not a really good card. I don't know why they play it. So I'm just gonna slam this and achieve Sabbath. There really is no point to play She Who Knows here. So every time they play a special card, we're gonna see a spawn here. Oh, that's Icarus. Okay, so this is a non-devotion deck. They probably have Heatwave or She Who Knows. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna either play Ratcatchers here or Guncan. Ratcatchers could be a better choice here. I need more points, but I mean, what about the Thrive Curve? It really doesn't matter because Guncan will come into play a huge amount of points. You smell life with fear, little one. I think this is gonna die. I'm waiting for a rebuke here. Yep, that's what I expected. That was a huge engine, but still we have a mini engine here in Bruxa. And this train keeps going. That also triggered Ratcatchers, because that was a relic, and I'm 44 right now. I'll probably play Naglfar next, and hope for the best. The opponent can play any card that they want against a solitaire deck like mine. They managed to pass. That's impressive. So we're gonna hit an enemy. So that was a relic, so the Ratcatchers keeps growing. But the deficit is only 7, so the opponent did a phenomenal job. Despite having weak cards in the deck. That is kind of surprising. I wonder what the opponent had in the hand. That's very unexpected. Well, the third crone is here, so that's gonna boost by 6. Well, where are my Thrive units? It's really crazy to go against Gezeras in a long round, so maybe I should look for a bronze card. Maybe instead of Unseen Elder, but Unseen Elder is crazy good. Well, we'll just keep this, I guess. No, I think I should stack on melee row. I mean range row. But there is no deploy thing here. Well, this is a bad hand, so I'm just gonna start with She Who Knows. Probably gonna get locked, heat wave. So that is probably an Oneiromancy. The opponent is deciding, oh, it's Avila. Okay, so it didn't get answered immediately. Is this a good idea to play Koshi right now? Well, maybe. So let's do that and, you know, try to go for 2-0 here. Well, without current theory, it feels kind of awkward. Here comes Oneiromancy and Heat Wave. The other opponent preferred the Heat Wave. My Koshi. Makes sense though. But at least we got the Thrive unit. Okay, so is Oberon a good play here? I guess so.
I shall break your soul horn, beast. We shall conquer this world as we have conquered countless others.
That's 31.
I could drive so
So Weavers or this. I think Apprentice is a good idea here.
those hooves, or we'll both be ham.
I'm a Dryad. So one of these cards is Shaping Nature.
Me, little one.
That's thy cellmate power.
Oh my god, Unseen Elder is sick. Good thing about this, even if I lose the round, She Who Knows will be transferred to the next round, but with only power 6, obviously. So where is that rebuke going to? It doesn't make a lot of sense there, but you know, getting the that blow was important. I really doubt that the opponent can make that much amount of points unless the opponent is playing Gearden or something. Well, that's a chunky Hamadryad.
Tis mine. I was born, and I shall die with
Well, these are, you know, those bleeding shots really hurt the opponent. Well, that's it. 2-0. I just, you know, drew like crazy. Let's play one more. Well, it's been a while I've seen Reckless Flurry. Let's see how this will fare up against Flurry deck. So this is an obvious choice. Necker is just terrible against Reckless Flurry. Oh, great. Let's start with the riders. No Thrive. No She Who Knows. Lots of point slam. Megascope. So it is this bullshit. Okay. It is an interesting card, obviously, but you know, it's I think it's kind of a gimmicky thing here. Okay. Oh, I think I'm gonna Nagelfar here. This is gonna play for 10. Insane. At least we got a Crone out of it. I think that was pretty good considering all of the options. And I'm guaranteed to draw my current Lear next round, which is nice. Curse of Siren. The weird deck. Actually, the leader choice is kinda interesting. You would expect a Rage of the Sea. This is also an odd choice. Back to back, plus people playing Knickers for some reason. Okay, so let's play this, but there isn't really a good target here. Maybe I should just, you know, keep playing these bronzes.
Their hair so silky.
Yeah, I mean, I know this deck, but the leader choices doesn't really fit well. Okay, at least we got a target for Wispus right now. A better target, I should say. So their sister is missing here, which I can't do anything about it right now. Gonna play Red Catchers here, and then Gun Cane, and then Conquer maybe. Trying to push to win uneven, but it looks like weather conditions are not great. So this is not gonna get affected because it is Sabbath. another maker. I mean, well, my Monster MMR is low. I just started playing it, so it's no surprise that we're seeing meme cards here. Okay, so instead of brews, I'm bringing something different. So if I play one more card, what will my next card be? King Oberon, probably. That is not good at all. Because, you know, I'm gonna be drawing Caranthir. I think I have to pass here, but let's see.
Fitting gift for our king.
Still, round control is more important. Unfortunately, I don't have She Who Knows. That would have been amazing. The opponent is probably scared of me having She Who Knows here. That's not an ideal scenario here, unfortunately. At least this is gonna be enough. Well, I'm not sure anymore. At least we'll pass the opponent. And I'm not happy with Oberon. Okay, this is good. This is very good. I'm just gonna start with around here and Oshi. Do I have a target for Ozil? Yeah, I do. Well, red catchers. Yeah, that's a pretty good target. Do I care for Sabbath? Yeah, I do. She Who Knows could carry over to the next round. Well, those were some lucky pings. Caranthir just took one hit. That was rough. Are we going to be seeing something huge? Well, Caranthir is dead, fortunately. Okay, so no leader from my opponent. I wonder how many pink targets in cards are left for Dagger. Okay.
We shall do it my way
So the opponent wasn't able to draw his discard cards in the first round. Was unlucky for him.
Nothing like some overseas plundering in springtime.
The powers I wield were born at the dawn of time.
So he's gonna heat wave it, I guess. What will he do after that? I think I'm gonna pass here.
To be sacrificed to the goddess.
Also, I will play for a lot. I have the last say, and she who knows will probably survive. Just with 4 power. 3. So 3 points of carryover. Okay, I'll take it. Dagger is gone. I wonder if the opponent is running Sacrifice right. Not gonna be enough, is it? So Osriel will play for 11, 17, 21. Okay, so I'm looking for Unseen Elder. Instead, I got crap. Okay, it looks like
Any of you's got the courage?
we'll see Dagger once again. Okay, Cultist.
Lead us across wave crests. Lead us through storms.
Those are pretty weak for a short round. Those 2 bronzes. Yep, there is the Sacrifice right. I wonder what the final card is. Wild Boar of the Sea, maybe? Maybe I should just, you know, clear out the board here. So the rain will go to waste. Let's think. So if the opponent finishes with Morkwark, do I win the game? No. Because Morkwark will hit and Dagger will boost it. What is the last card? Morkwark, okay, that was smart.
Praying to your gods? They wouldn't dare cross me.
That's probably not enough. Nice. That was close. Dodging 2 daggers. Dagger is a scary card, and I can't do anything about it with this deck. Okay, let's try for a final game and Nilfgaard. I'm on red coin once again. And let's see if the opponent will be able to draw his thinning cards. Last time I played, the opponent drew both of them. Well, we got the combo in hand. Also have she who knows. This is not the crown I want in the first round. It is a risk to get rid of her. This is definitely an improvement. Awful. Ah, okay, Clogger. What to do against Clogger?
I like to improvise.
I don't know actually. Should I just play She Who Knows? I really don't know what to do against this. Playing my gold cards maybe? Yeah. That could work. Trying to reach 25. Not gonna be easy though. Okay, Blightmaker.
I bring death, quite literally.
Discard Ineal Conqueror. Consume with Ghoul. Ah, that doesn't make sense at all.
We shall conquer this world as we have conquered countless others.
Well, another opponent who drew both Lightmakers in the first round.
No good wine will come from here, not even
Lovely.
lost.
Only thing is I can't even play the White Land Riders here. I'm just gonna discard Brooks, I guess. You can have the round, I don't care. If you pass, you know, I will play these cards. Yeah, screw you, by the way.
Oh, I sense trouble.
Okay, so I have a target for Ghoul in my graveyard. Let's get rid of this crap. This is not really helping.
Yes. What is it?
What did the opponent send away? I mean, Conquer was a pretty good choice. Why wouldn't you send that? Okay, so let's start with the Thrive curve. I have a feeling that I'm gonna have a bunch of Neckers in my deck after a while.
I live to serve.
Yep. One more Necker on the way. Noon Wraith would be pretty bad, so I don't want to play it right now. I could play Shu, who knows, and then he's gonna lock it. Oh, it's 20 points. So I got an Nagelfar here. Another Necker. Necker number 2. Well, drawing Oberon will be really good next round.
They'll scurry along the floor.
Okay, it's Sabbath, boys. Well, that's a great consume target. Not great.
The Empire will be victorious.
So one of the Neckers are going, I guess. Full deck of Neckers. Love to see it.
Hey, I go here.
Is this really worth consuming? I don't think so. Well, actually is. I don't want to give my opponent a status, so... Well, if the opponent didn't play the dogs, so... there was bleeding.
Quick! Move those hooves! Or we'll both be hanged!
This is gonna get locked. What? Okay, so 13 points different. 13 cards difference is huge here. Will I be able to compete with that? I don't know. Okay, we're gonna keep drawing Neckers. Yeah. Well, the thing is, they're not that bad here. And he's got 2 lucks for Koshi and
Imperial gold.
his copy, or her copy. Ah, this is a torture. Shame on CDPR for, you know, printing these Nilfgaard cards, these clock cards. I've said it several times, but I'm gonna keep saying it again. This is not fun. And that will go up 9. luck number 2, number 1, and then 2. So the opponent actually made a smart play in the last round and did not lock Witch Apprentice, although that cost him one less card play. But I mean, having what is that?
Living souls in your wake should ne'er forget your sake.
Well, that's great for me, you know, just a 4-point card. Why would you use Peller? You don't need that. Interesting. And no cards remaining, right? Kind of an overkill. Okay, so I got 6 drive units, because Koshi will get locked, obviously. Mentor.
Strike fast. Leave it no chance to react.
Mentor 1.
Pitiful creatures, they shall not be missed.
Boom! Look at the explosion. It's kinda weak though. Only gonna play for 6 points, 7 points. Not sure that's gonna be enough.
Trial by ordeal.
Beneath the sun.
Maybe I should have played this one turn earlier.
Strike first and strike hard.
What a sad Kolgrim player. Hahaha, so the last say belongs to she who knows. No GG to you. Okay, so that concludes my video. It's always nice to get a win against Kolgrim bullshit, but still, I mean, I don't want to play against it if I even if I win. The other Nilfgaard was much better, you know, just play ball with, you know, crazy thinning cards people. It's much stronger. Anyway, so getting back to our deck, well, as you see, this is a solitaire deck. If you don't want to think too much about the game, you know, if you want to do some things in the background while playing this game, well, this deck is for you. It's a brain dead deck in my opinion, but as you see, there's lots of potential for point slam. It's pretty good and strong, but I wouldn't say it's a tier 1 deck. Still, it could be fun for some, but I'll probably play something different for the rest of the season. Okay, so thank you for watching, and hope to see you in another Duello video. Bye bye.